Vicpothesis. Okay, I may start doing some longer talks. I could do them. Now, whether you want to hear them or not is a different story. However, I will, you know, do like I have at times went on rants and stuff. I just feel that sometimes I'm not fully sharing or articulating or demonstrating or making it apparent my thoughts. And anybody that listens to this, I think that's what they listen to it for, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm just appreciative of whoever. But I enjoy sharing them, you know? Like, let's say I'm looking at a tire or a broom, or no, I said a tire or a broom, and then I looked at tires again, because there's tires on the vehicle and there's tires just sitting there, and the broom is in between there. But when I said tires twice, then you know, what did your mind think about it? I don't know. And you'll remember that for a little bit, and it'll help you with your memorization. If you think of it that way, a sequence, right? That's one way. Tire, broom, tire. Or my personal one that I really like to do is the association thing, where the pink elephant sat on the tire that was next to the broom, you know, something like that. And then, well, I should have started out with, or preface it, or whatever you say, the proper word is, that you let the other person know, you know, what you're doing first. You say, like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say this and this, see if you remember it. You don't have to memorize it, whatever, blah, 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 you know, just like, so then you say it, you know, whatever color the elephant was, pink, or whatever color it was. Then you know, you say the tires, the broom, the tires, whatever, and then, you know, and that's where you go back to. It doesn't make a difference about the tires, the broom, the tire, or the pink elephant, but what makes a difference is that thought you go back to. That thought that you wanted to save. You see? Schnunzy, because it's recall, right? That's what that is. But you put it away in a spot. You know, when I was in high school, football team, the 1 year, I don't know. Anyways, I moved around, like I said, but I just want to tell this story. So we were playing football, and then so this, anyways, I don't remember what year. So we go in there before, you know, going to practice, and the coaches are in there. Okay, we got a new system, blah, blah, blah. We go in there, we go in this room. All the tables are off to the side, chairs and all that. You know, it's in the classroom, and it's in a school. And I said, we're going to try this new thing this year. And they put on a cassette tape back then. Shut the lights off, and you just all get in a comfortable spot and you listen to it. And it's like a form of self-hypnosis or something like that. But I really enjoyed that. And, you know, whether it worked, whether it didn't work, here's a story I believe it worked, or at least, you know, did it work because I believed it was going to work, or did it work, you know, because I believe, you know, and then I believed it was going to work. Because, so I was wrestling in the summer league, and this dude, somehow he was going to pin me. And so I arched up, you know, you do your arch thing, and don't let him get, you know, a pin. And then, you know, there was only so many seconds left, and the coach always talked about different things, you know. So I'm like, you know what, about panic moves, I think is what he called them. But this wasn't in any way, shape, or form a panic move, because it was thought out. And I was like, you know, got X amount of time, you know. And then, you know what, I was thinking, and the fact that I was thinking while I was almost getting pinned should say something, which I just realized right now. And then I caught out the words, the key words to say, and I pinned the dude. and and to this day, I just like, oh wow, that stuff works. I don't know that so because the one time I tried it, or whatever, one time it worked. But I really and then in that same time period, my brother who's checked out now gave me this book, and I don't know if it's been defunct or not been defunct or whatever. I don't care. I received something out of this book. I think it was Joseph P. Murray, and he wrote a book called The Power of the Subconscious. And I really enjoyed that book. And I don't know if it's true or not, but he tells us, to give some little examples of why, of how your manifestation or whatever, your power of your subconscious, because, so he says, and I don't know if it's true or not, because I'm not trying to disrespect any veterans. So, but anyways, he talks about that in Vietnam, and the people would say, I give my right not to get out of here or whatever. Then they step on the landmine or something, I don't know, whatever the thing was, and then they lose their right nut, but they get out of there. And so that was one of his things, the time I read this book, and I was a kid, a teenager, but it was in the 70s, and so it was kind of relevant in a way. And maybe that's why it meant something, or I remember it. Because relevance is one of the things that, another thing that'll help you on that same path. But anywho, Vicpothesis is just going off, rambling down an old memory lane of somewhere. He was trying to get somewhere with that, wasn't he? Do you remember where was that? It was the memorization, the elephant. So, the color's up to you. And that's all. I've been going off on this tangent tonight, and I just wanted to say something, and I just sometimes I feel I need to just express what I'm feeling, and that's it. And that's what this is. There's no doubt if you ever run into me, the chances are you won't, but if you ever did, then you would know, because I'm telling you who I am. This is who I am, and I'm sharing and expressing my thoughts and opinions and feelings with you, of people that are not even out there, but out there, because communication is lost. We have to rebuild it. We have to start over. We have to be primitive again. We have to tell the other person what we're feeling, because the other person doesn't know anymore, because it's so absurd the way things are, and AI and different things, and they figured out the psychology of emotions and faces and twitches and whatever, you see? Because people don't speak to each other anymore, And I'm one of those people, so I'm not saying that. I'm just, as a blanket statement, I guess I'm saying over all people in this world. How's that? And then the ones that take exception or get umbrage with it, let them do that, Why would they if it wasn't them? Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? I guess I did. Anywho, I'm feeling pretty relaxed, and I was listening to music, and it's a Sunday night, and I'm just thinking about life and how great it is, and the some people don't get that opportunity, or to realize how great it is, because they get stuck in front of themselves. It's the old thing, no matter where you go, you always take one thing with you, and that's you. And so that will affect your point of view or your perspective, or and that's preconceptions, right? And that's whatever you think the world's treating you that way. That if anything points that way, it's going to be that way. Rather than just in our minds, you call it making excuses for the other person, but it can be an understanding. And if they have a lack of understanding, then that's on them, not on you. Anyway, the whole communication thing from memorization to looking to viewing to touching, whatever. It's all part of communication. All these things are part of communication, and hopefully I articulate that. If not, I guess I'll be deleting this.